Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the 9th anniversary battle and how you can beat it and complete all the missions. So yeah, now, honestly speaking, obviously, although it's one stage, it is two fights. Basically, it's impossible to complete all the missions in one run because you have to choose between the left or right hand side and face either Broly or Beast Gohan. Now, we are going to be taking on Broly first, and we're going to be using a superheroes team. This team will also be completing the 6-turn challenge for the anniversary battle as well. So, please keep that in mind. Obviously, the anniversary battles, sometimes, I think, for a lot of people, are quite challenging. I don't think they're easy content. I wouldn't classify them as easy content. You need to bring a good team. I use items. Gohan can hit pretty hard. I think he's hitting close to 2 million on the super. It's not easy. So don't be shy. Don't be scared. Basically. But yeah, to cut a long story short, obviously, for me, a lot of questions are, do you have Beast Gohan? Everyone says, please use Beast Gohan. It makes life so easy, but then sometimes you don't have Beast Gohan. So, you gotta improvise. Superheroes, though, to be honest with you, is probably the best team for the speed challenge. So how Broly works is Broly has a Fury meter, and Broly will cycle through a state of Fury and a state of not Fury. And he will do AoE attacks in the Fury state, and then he will not do AoE attacks. He's immune to sealing, he's immune to stunning, he's immune to all of these things. But, the big thing for me, like the big thing overall, basically, Broly, you have to do damage to, and consistent damage. So the easiest way to do consistent damage is crits, and so we need to have a team that has consistent crits. We also want to bring a team that has tech type units, because Broly and Gohan, respectively, are one typing. So Broly, for example, is AGL, Gohan, for example, is Strength, and basically, to cut a long story short, they are pretty much the same in terms of function. So singular type fights, Gohan's a multi-phase fight, whereas Broly is a one phase but just cycling through different states, so Fury and not Fury. Now, honestly speaking, Broly I found tougher than Gohan. Maybe it was team build, maybe it was this, maybe it was that, maybe it's because I went for the speed challenge on Broly, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I found Broly to be tougher than Gohan. Sorry. Don't know if people agree with me. In terms of the team that I used for Broly, like I said, superheroes derivative, a pretty strong team as well. I do not have Beast Gohan, so of course I cannot use Beast Gohan, which isn't always so helpful. Now I will say one thing: there is the Universe 6 team, and the Universe 6 team absolutely slaughters Broly, slaughters him, but the Universe 6 team, if you don't get crits with Kefla, does struggle a little bit for damage. So the Universe 6 team will annihilate Broly, but also at the same time not meet the speed requirements unless you get really lucky with Kefla. So that's the only real shame, I want to say. But outside of that, I think Superheroes is the best. What we've done here is we're just facilitating 2 rotations of high volume damage. So the one rotation obviously is Vegeta and Goku after their EZAs. Of course, Vegeta and Goku are incredibly solid, really, really strong units, really, really helpful overall. I think Vegeta has had the biggest glow up anyone's ever seen of an EZA, or at least one of them. Really, really up there with his EZA, and Goku's not too far behind. I think it's more the disparity. I think Goku is always still useful because of evasion. Whereas with Vegeta, it was like, oh, he sucks. And he was pretty bad almost immediately after the anniversary because of the way they released the red zone. Then Vegeta just couldn't handle it because his damage reduction would constantly reset. Now, completely different story. So Yeah, honestly speaking, Vegeta and Goku make a great rotation, but it's the high volumes of damage that really makes them super duper solid. The revive also is great, don't get me wrong, and we will be using the revive, which is a bit of a safety mechanism as well. But remember that it's the high volumes of damage that we really need. So whenever you're building any of these teams for these like 6-turn challenges and that, it's damage that you need to prioritize. Don't worry about surviving. You'll survive. You'll find a way, whether it's through dodge or guard or items or whatever it is. You'll find a way, but it's about surviving and surviving well enough to do your damage. That's the main thing. Now, obviously, Beast Gohan helps a ton with that. From a starting point of view, from a taunt point of view, intercepting the attacks, doing big damage for himself. And we pair him up with Piccolo. We don't have to pair him up with Piccolo. Actually, what you could do is you could actually use Ultimate Gohan, the physical one. Also, actually more than fine, to be honest with you. So that's actually a good unit to use. We are going to transform the God Boy straight away. So yeah, basically the team is quite simple. Tech Piccolo, great option. You can use this giant form for chip damage. You don't have to. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just more, it'll do like, maybe if you're lucky, like maybe a third of a bar. Maybe, if you're really lucky. It does not do a lot of damage. But it's a great way to reset orbs or to just kind of like placate things. It also silences Broly as well coming out of the turn, which is great. It'll stop his AoEs. It does a lot. So you can use the giant form if you feel it's necessary. But you need to transform the God Boys straight away, just for their crits and their active skill and doing their damage. Then Vegeta and Goku, you want to use their active skills straight away as well, 100%. You don't want to wait on those. You need to use them. Make sure that you're using them. Very, very important. And then, on top of that, Goku's active skill, definitely. Beast Gohan on the other rotation, so use his intercept in a turn where you don't have an item active. That'll save you a turn, just to split up your items. So usually I will let the first turn roll off, then use an item, then Beast Gohan intercept, then item, then finish up the event. MUI Goku and Vegeta, great pairing. Just obviously be aware that Goku's damage largely comes from dodging. So if you don't let him dodge, then you're not gonna have as much of a fun time. But it's not really a huge issue. But basically, really, really, really good. Use the revive skill, get your revive, head into your turn and clean things up. It's a very tight window, so you may need to try once or twice, just because a crit here, a crit there. You look here, we're in the last turn. Like, yes, we're definitely going to win, but, a crit less, a crit this, Vegeta getting hit here, this person getting super there, and, all of a sudden you may not be so close. So just, don't panic, try your best, and obviously adjust as need be. But I think for the most part, you should be relatively good to go. At least from my side. Like, I think for the most part, you should be pretty solid. So, other than that, though, I think for me, it's more than fine. So, anyway, obviously, now we move on to the Beast Gohan stage. And, Beast Gohan. To cut a long story short, Beast Gohan, very different fight, okay? So AGL, no more, strength. And Beast Gohan, he's 3 fights. So he's 3 distinct phases that just get progressively stronger, basically, to cut a long story short. I actually really found Gohan to be a lot simpler than Broly. It didn't feel as tanky. Each phase is very separate, so the beginning definitely starts out weaker. You're not cycling through phases, so this was a good time to bust out the any type challenge. So the one mission requires you to use 1 AGL unit, 1 tech unit, 1 strength unit, 1 physical unit, and 1 int unit. And obviously, you need a relatively strong team. But your big concern for this is your physical unit. Can your physical unit handle the high strength volume of Gohan in his final phase? Because that's really what you need to be able to handle. Now, you don't have to use an extreme team. I just like to spice things up, try and keep things thematic at least to a certain degree. But yeah, you don't have to use an extreme team. But at the same time, like, I definitely think you probably could. So extreme, yeah, I want to say, like, here we're heavily reliant on Broly. And we are to a certain extent. The Broly and Kefla rotation does a ridiculous volume of damage for us. I mean, it does a ridiculous volume of damage in any fight, but it does a ridiculous volume of damage for us. And I think, like, this is obviously, in a lot of ways, good. And in some other ways, is bad, because you end up having Broly kind of slaughter the phase, and then your next phase comes in and they're like, dealing with a stronger version of Gohan. But it's not the end of the world. Basically, your other rotation just needs to not die. Now, Zamasu, X Zamasu, so AGL Zamasu alongside Tech LR Zamasu, both are exceptionally solid units. So both are really, really good. Yeah, defensively great. Offensively, not their biggest factor. But I think for me, the defensive security was more the focal point. Obviously, Tech Zamasu does fall off after a little bit, but this event's not so long that you will struggle with that aspect, so to say. So this event is not so long that you struggle with the fall off of Tech Zamasu. So Tech Zamasu does great. AGL Zamasu pairs up really nicely alongside him. And then, yeah, like I say, you end up having a situation. We have a very defensively secure rotation. The other rotation, I'm not saying that Broly is not defensively secure, but the other rotation is a bit more of a run and gun kind of approach. So, Broly still obviously solid, especially against a strength unit defensively, especially after he transforms. But Kefla, she's a ride or die. So she's like, okay, transform, evade, big damage, boo, boo, boo. And, that's how she is. So, like, Kefla, really, 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 is kind of your crux of this. Broly is going to be more than fine. Kefla, really, really, really important that she can get her dodge off, because that's going to be a huge factor in terms of determining her overall performance. And then obviously we have the physical Goku Rose. Now, if you don't have physical Goku Rose, you can use physical Goku Black, but then you need to prioritize him getting orbs. Also, you don't have to use physical Goku Black, and you can just use the physical, like if you have Broly, you can just then use Broly, Chi, Lion, Lemma. Like if you have your own Broly, just switch out physical Goku Black, and then Broly, Chi, Lion, Lemma are fine. You can also replace Broly, Chi, Lion, Lemma with physical Goku Black or with physical Rose, depending on what team you want to run. Rose I just like because if he gets enough attacks, he tanks more than fine. And he's nice to float because although he needs rainbow orbs, you don't have to prioritize so many physical orbs or just orbs in general, like one might have to with Broly and or with obviously the actual physical Goku Black Super Easy A unit. Now, with that being said, Broly, Chi, Lion, Lemma are really, really good. So I'm not knocking them at all. They are awesome. Also, probably one of the units that's had the, I want to say, benefits of a great Easy A. As you can clearly see that they function at a way higher level than what they did before. So there's definitely something I think that was a good Easy A and a good performance from them overall. And I think they bring everything together really, really nice. So I gotta be honest, this team functions really, really, really well. And yeah, I think for me, in all fairness, I think this team handles everything more than fine. It's a good team for a lot of really high level content. So it's not something that I, how can I say, it's not a team that needs to, how can I say, yeah, it's just not something that needs to really be extrapolated on. The team handles high level content at a really, 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 really great level. So you don't have to panic or worry, or try to function in a way to change things. It's very simple rotations. Tech Zamasu, AGL Zamasu, Kefla and Broly. Float everyone else and just let them do their thing. You will have moments, yes, where maybe you get caught out or something. But yeah, generally speaking, you'll be more than fine. Just Broly will carry the damage. If you've got 2 Brolys, then yippee-ki-yay. You're really, really good. So I think for me overall, this run, the Gohan run, was just a lot smoother. I did it firstly, which was always great. And then secondly as well, it just felt like, because there was a more clear natural step up, gave you a lot more indication on when to use your items, when not to use your items. And so you just ended up in a situation where you weren't so where it just didn't require so much finicky legwork, and you basically just were able to kind of, okay, cool, first phase done, second phase done, third phase I'm going to use my items now. I'm defensively secure, now I just need to pump out damage. You pump out damage through Broly, okay, job done. It's a very, very simple team, actually, and you don't need your own Broly. You can find ways to work around it and bring a friend one in quite a few ways, actually. So chances are you're probably fine. Chances are you can probably build a team quite easily that will be able to do this, which I think overall is really all we need. I don't think once you build a team, I don't think you need to worry about too much else. So yeah, that's basically it, to be honest. It's not like a lot of other things really to focus on. Kefla does a great job. Just remember to get her orbs, and then you'll basically be good. You'll be ready to go. So look, like I said, Gohan can do big damage. Like if he'd hit Kefla there, even with an item, if he'd hit Kefla there, we would have taken a huge amount of damage. He's not hitting low bar numbers. So don't feel, same with the Broly fight, don't feel embarrassed or concerned or worried that you can't beat this event. You'll be more than fine. And it's a hard event, so don't feel like you're not a good player or you can't build a team, especially new players. This is not something that's easy. The equips it gives is really good. The rewards it gives is really good. So yeah, but yeah, that's it. That's it at the end of the day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, if you did, please leave a like. It's always greatly appreciated, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's basically it from me. So I think on that note, we should be wrapping everything up here. I think Zamasu will end things off for us. But yeah, it's been it's a fun channel. I always enjoy doing these anniversary battles. It's like I enjoy the ultimate battles or the thrilling battles. Like I like these bits of side content that are in the realm of like being really hard, but being also being really hard, but also being a little bit stranger, a little bit different. Fury, Broly, one-type boss fights, multi-phase. Just interesting stuff. It's not always super dynamic, but it is interesting. So yeah, but that's it from me. Bye.